You don't carry your name around in fluorescent? I have other plans. I will show you. There's so many things that I need to get done. For the purpose of this video, we're gonna focus on making this upcycle. Guns and roses with this rose here, and then just cut it around here and use it in one of the sleeves, because I think I have changed my mind about what I want to do, but I really fighting the urge of cutting it in half. So the microphone isn't gonna be all that great on the phone, but I just wanted to show you how I brought my lovely sign. I've never cycled with so much care. I'll show you in a minute. That's a whole bunch of textiles in here. Good morning. It's Thursday morning and we have a package to open. Here it is. I'm gonna not actually cut and then open and everything. I'm just gonna show you what is inside. Wait a second. Whoa, this thing? What, you mean to tell me you don't carry your name around in fluorescent? This is the sign for the shop. How cool is that? I went through, look at that, it's already pinky pink. I went through the catalog of fonts they have, and this is very similar to my handwriting, so I decided to go for this. Luz Upcycles is going to be hung by the window, in the middle of the window. And since the shop is north facing, I'm hoping it's going to brighten up the window and hopefully get the attention of the customers. But how cool is that? Luz Upcycles. I just came from holidays last night, and this morning I went to the shop to pick it up. It's in a shop in the Pipe called Lead Letters, which is very good. Very well-known name, and yeah, that's me, Luz Upcycles. So my last video picked up quite a few new subscribers. So for those of you who don't know, I am Luz, I upcycle, and this is a boutique that I'm gonna have for a year or so. So it's a pop-up. I decided to buy the sign. Let me put it down. I decided to buy the sign because I think after they kick me out from this space, I'm gonna make sure I have another shop. I have a plan, I have a master plan to make this one a success enough to convince my partner to invest on a bigger shop. So it's all a dream at the moment. This is like a try for the shop, and I'm really excited. I'm thinking I might just put it on the front. The idea is to hang it halfway through the window, but since I can plug it in on the side of the window, I might clear up some of the bottom, and I might put it there for at least, so the sign will at least be telling people who I am and what I'm doing. Luz Upcycles, this is what she does here. I just came from not quite a week of holidays, and one of you lovelies came to see the shop the day I was leaving. And my lovely neighbor put you on the phone and we have a little bit of a chat. I'm so sorry I missed you. I felt so bad that was the day. I mean, you came on Friday morning. On Friday morning, we were literally pulling everything onto the car to drive down to Germany. And we went to a lovely, a few days retreat, and it was really nice. I said retreat because for the first time, I think ever, we were just enjoying. I will tell you about in a little bit. But anyway, I just wanted to say I think you say your name was Susan. I'm so sorry I miss you, Susan. If it's not your name, please let me know. And also, I'll put my email in the description of this video. Please send me an email, and I want to send you something, because it was so lovely that you came. I know you said you were in a ship and a cruiser, and you stopped in Amsterdam, and you didn't need to come and see me, but you did, and I wasn't here, and I'm so sorry. So if you please send me your address, I will be sending you something to say thank you so much for thinking of me, and I'm so sorry I miss you. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be putting it on the front of the shop, and then we see how it is. I'm a little bit rusty recording, just getting yourself out of the front of the camera for a few days, and I'm already feeling a little bit rusty. I'm gonna do a lot of editing on this video because I've done a lot of and I wanted to say this and I wanted to say that, and I'm doing all of that again. Anyway, let's put this guy up in the window. Okay, so this is how it looks like at the moment. Of course, it's gonna be higher up in the window. I think I would like to put it eye high, so people will kind of read it better than there. But for now, we're gonna have to leave it there, and we're gonna crack on to do some other work. I have 3 projects in my head running around when I was working when I was on holidays in Germany. Instead of being on holidays, as you would have thought I should have been, my head was working and working and working. So I have a few projects that I want to crack on with, and I think you're gonna really, really love it. So the first project that I think you will love the most is an upcycle, a sweatshirt upcycle. I have this sweatshirt that I had here in the shop for only a couple of, like a week or so before I went on holidays. And it is such a lovely, lovely sweatshirt. It's a bit wasted, as you can see. It's not sold, but I don't think people can see it. I have other plans. I will show you. There's so many things that I need to get done. For the purpose of this video, we're gonna focus on making this upcycle. We're gonna upcycle this sweatshirt. It's a beautiful, beautiful, very cotton rich, but also very, very silky feeling. It is just from H&M. Yes, it's basic H&M. But as you can see, all the ribbing is kind of a little bit wasted. I don't know if it's a thing because they all look a little bit much the same, or maybe the person that had it was doing that to it. But the rest of the sweatshirt is perfectly fine, and it's such a lovely, lovely material. So the idea is to upcycle it. In my mind, I thought it was like a normal sweatshirt, but actually it's a Wrangler. And the reason why I say that is because my idea was to upcycle the sleeves, put a new sleeve, make like a little patchwork, and then change all of the ribbons with new ribbon. I don't know if the bottom one seems fine. It just looks like the neck and the sleeves. Yeah, the bottom one is absolutely fine. So I might leave the bottom and I might just concentrate on the neck and the sleeves. So since I've made the blue and the black and gray patch, it looks like the fashion designers are back. They look very fashion designers. They're all walking towards the cafe. I guess it's around lunchtime now. They look like the teachers maybe. Yeah, so I think the school is back next week. My kids are back next week. So I guess these guys are having like a pre-meeting. It's funny to see the teachers just all like the heads down, like summer is over. It is what it is. I only have a few days of break, which were fantastic, I'm gonna have to say. I really thoroughly enjoyed my break. It was really, really good. Anyway, so since I've made the gray and white and black hoodie for my partner, I upcycle it, and the blue one with the patchwork panels, I really, really wanted to have another go at it. I've been talking to customers that come in, and when I say to them, I'm planning to do workshops in the and sewing room in the bag as sewing workshops and upcycling workshops. Lots of people seem to be quite motivated and interested in at least hearing about them. So I just record everything I wanted to show you for the sweatshirt, all the textiles I want to mix it up with it. And then I realized the microphone was off and the microphone from the camera isn't all that great. So I went to make myself a coffee and we are doing this again. Delicious coffee. Now, the reason why I've got you there like that is because I love this window. And I want to show as much as possible. I love it. In my next shop, I'm really hoping to see if I can get something with so much character, but I doubt that is going to happen. We shall see. If I don't have the character, I will bring it in. I will try to find some glass like this, and I will definitely try to find something else. So we're gonna do this again. I hope I can say everything I wanted to say. That's the base that we're gonna upcycle. Then I was showing you that this is the sweatshirt that I was thinking of using. It's a beautiful color. It's in between blue and greenish, aquaish, and it has a cool, I think, graphic on it. I bought it for my daughter for Christmas. She said she loved it, because I always say, if you don't like it, it's okay. Here's your receipt. You can go and change it. And I think they don't want to offend me. They go, yeah, I love it, and then never wear it. The sweatshirt, the quality is amazing. I don't know which brand this was. I think it says, I am organic. Hi, I am organic. But it is organic cotton and a little bit of recycled polyester. It's a little bit thicker than this one, but I think it's a good combination. The only thing is, I don't know if I want to cut it because it's really brand new. I think my daughter wore it once or no, so I can't remember her wearing it. But it is so cool. The quality is so nice. It's so brand new, basically. I don't know if I wanted to put it in the shop, but then again, I don't know if it goes with the vintagey look of the shop, if you know what I mean. With the camera dying, and me going outside and doing a little bit of a filming of the sign, I don't know if I told you about what I'm trying to do here. If I did, I'm just gonna cut this bit off. I'm trying to create a workshop, and the first workshop is gonna be upcycle your sweatshirt, your sweater, your dress, whatever. So you bring whatever piece you want, and we figure it out with textiles that I might have and collect, or textiles that you bring. We can maybe figure out how to make a cool upcycle piece. So this is what I'm trying to do as a reference for that workshop, and trying to publicize it on the website, in YouTube, and on the shop. So anyway, I show you that one hoodie. Then I have this other hoodie, also from my daughter's presents, also used very, very little. I think this one is being used a little bit more because of the color, but it's still brand new. It feels really much more cottony. It's not as thicker. Yeah, 100% cotton. It's more like a terry, this one, and it has like a really cool graphic. I really like the graphics. I think they're super awesome. So I could mix these ones, but then I was showing you before. Then I have this one, which is like a military khaki green ribbon kind of fabric. It's this tiniest little bit thinner than the gray sweatshirt, but on the kind of the same ballpark, if you know what I mean, of the textile. It's a little stretch, but it is a really, really interesting fabric. Hasn't got graphics, and I was thinking maybe I could do a little bit of patchwork with them, with these two, but obviously I need a little bit more fabric. And then I went through the t-shirts I have in my house. One second. In my house, in my wardrobe, I have a big drawer full of bits and pieces that I've been collecting, that the kids don't wear anymore, that nobody wants to wear anymore, and really good textiles. And every so often I go through them and I see what can I do. This is another t-shirt. This one was used a little bit more. It's from Uniqlo, and it is a Japanese design. Apparently, you know, Uniqlo does this Japanese, mostly Japanese designs, and they do limited edition prints. And this one is from, and I'm gonna butcher this Japanese name, Yasuhisha Harashueisha. I'm sure it's not how you pronounce it, but this is that t-shirt. Then I Google and search for it, and apparently it has a value, on resale value. So I might just either put it here or put it on the website and see if it sells, because my whole point is that people reuse stuff. So if it is something that has a value and people want it like that, I much rather people bought it and use it as it is. If not, we cut it off and do something with it. Right, on the same amount of that, I have also these Guns N' Roses from Pull & Bear, but the cotton on this one is unbelievable. It's so unbelievably soft, and I love the dye lot. The dye lot is like a stone wash kind of thing. It has splatters of whatever bleach agent that they use to do the effect, and I love it. And then it has the Guns N' Roses, one of the Guns N' Roses logo. I really, really love this one. It's obviously a t-shirt fabric, so this will be a little bit too thin. So I will kind of have to maybe put it on top of the gray and just add it as a design. The problem being is the design itself is very, very big. And I don't know if it will read as anything on the upcycle. So if I was to get, like, for instance, maybe just the name, Guns N' Roses with this rose here, and then just cut it around here and use it in one of the sleeves, maybe I can then use the skull as the side of the sweatshirt. So Guns N' Roses on the sleeve and the skull going from front to back of the sweatshirt. I think it will look really cool. But again, because this is a thinner cotton, this will have to be on top, stitch it on top of the existing sweatshirt, which is not what I was planning to do, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then I think this is the last one. This is Stranger Things, but it's from Pull & Bear. My daughter got it on a thrift shop, and she actually paid quite a pretty penny because it is, you know, Stranger Things. It's official Netflix Stranger Things. The pizza person, I can't remember the name, but yeah, the character's name. But yeah, I don't know what to do, because again, I might just put it for sale and see if it sells. If it sells, all the better, because we want textiles to go to people that love them, appreciate them, and wear them. So those are the ones. I kind of feel inclined the most for this gray one, and this green one, and maybe this gray one. I'm most inclined for those, but I could actually, this one. This one has a story. So last week or the week before, there was a lady who just landed from Hong Kong. And when she landed, the airliner lost her case. And so she didn't have any clothes whatsoever. She was waiting for me to open the shop. And she was like, "Are you open?" And I was like, "Yes, sorry, I was late." And then she just came and bought some dresses to go to a conference that she was going to. And changing, she was rushing herself because she was late for her work. She was wearing this t-shirt, super oversized on her. I have to email her the receipt. So I have her email address. So then I email her and I say, "You forgot your t-shirt." And she said, "Oh, I'll come and pick it up." And then a day or two later, she sent me an email and said, "I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Make sure you use it somehow, resell it, or do whatever you want to do with it." And I thought that was so nice. And it says, "Thank you." And it's really appreciated. It's a really lovely cotton as well. Really nice. Nothing wrong with it t-shirt. So I may be able to use the Yuk Girl SW waiting for the thank you. Yuk Girl, I don't know what the reference of that is. But maybe I could use the graphic as well. So I have those textiles to play with, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do, what the plan is. So let's finish the coffee, put everything together, and start thinking how I want to do this upcycle. I'm going to iron some of these cottons because I think I have changed my mind about what I want to do with a hoodie. It's only been less than a week that I've been away, and my head is like really not. I'm trying to get back in the groove. You know, when you are in the groove, and I just texted my partner. It's like, yeah, I'm going through the motions, but I'm not really. I was really looking forward to come and start working on all the things I had in my head, but somehow I'm not really all that connected, you know, all that. Today's not been the most productive. Let's just leave it like that. I cleaned the floor in the shop. I'll show you the sign, which I'm super excited about. And I was meant to tidy up in the sewing room a little bit, but not doing that at the moment. Just have some lunch. And now I'm ironing all this beautiful quilting cotton, indigo quilting cotton. It's beautiful. I washed it, and then because, you know, cotton shrinks, or it could shrink. Every kind of piece of fabric is different, but it could shrink. So I washed it because I can't imagine making something that you really, really love and then wash it one time and that's the end of that item. So ironing kind of like 25 centimeters, 30 centimeters or so, because I changed my mind about the hoodie. I keep on thinking the idea that I had in my mind about what sort of upcycle I wanted to do with a hoodie, and also for the workshops, because I want to do an example that I could take pictures of and publicize it on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok, and all of that. And I thought it would be better to actually do a patchwork. I thought the best thing is to do a patchwork similar to what I did for the blue hoodie in the channel, my partner's blue hoodie. And I have these beautiful cottons that I brought them specifically because I wanted to do some cool patchwork. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to, instead of using all the textiles that I show you, with these three beautiful textiles, cottons, indigo, Japanese-esque cottons, I'm gonna try to do like a really cool patchwork, and then trying to change one of the sleeves of the hoodie, sweatshirt. I think these ones will look gorgeous. And I think in terms of how I want to do the workshop, I think it makes more sense to do this sort of thing because it gives a different, you could always cut different sweatshirts and add it to whatever you're doing, but make something totally different from cotton and things like that. That is a little bit more special, I think. It's taking me some time to get back to even talking to camera is becoming quite difficult for me. It's kind of weird, just 1 week off, not even, just less than a week off, and I feel weird even talking to camera. Anyway, I'm cutting myself a few pieces because I think for the time being I'm only going to do one sleeve. I think, I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work out. You know how these things work. You start doing it and then you'll see where you want to stop. I'm just cutting some pieces and then I'm going to cut the pieces again to make some kind of cool textile that we can use on the sweatshirt. And I was thinking how to fix the neckline, because it's only at the back and it's only a little bit that has the it's almost, I know it sounds funny, but it almost looks like it's being bitten, like it's being chewed on. So I was thinking it would be nice if I could do like a little bit of, right at the edge of the sweatshirt, it would be nice if I could just do like maybe even like a bias tape with some of this fabric and just cover the bit that is, because it's like mending, So obviously it will be stretchy, but not as stretchy as the ribbon, because most of the ribbon is fine. It's just that one bit that looks bitten. Let me show you. So yeah, I was just showing you. I don't know if you can see, it's just that little bit, and it literally is that piece right at the back of the sweatshirt. It is such a nice, lovely cotton. So maybe what I could do is I could cut a little piece of this and just put it, just attach it as a bias tape. I think it would look nice, don't you think? I think I might do that because it's only it's only that little bit at the back. The rest is fine, perfectly fine. And then it's the bottom. Yeah, it looks almost like it's been chewed on. Kids, innit? See, I actually think the sweatshirt with these pieces of blue will look amazing. Because the cotton is so thin, what I want to do is put it in on top of this fabric. So it's a bit like a decoration, really. And when you wear the sweatshirt, this is still really nice and soft. But then you have the decoration of the arm. So I'm thinking maybe, right, so this is the front of the sweatshirt. So I'm thinking maybe do one arm, and I don't necessarily have to do it all the way to the shoulder, do the whole sleeve, because I don't think I need to do all the sleeve. Maybe I could do part of the sleeve and then a little bit on the side. Maybe I could open the sleeve and open the side and do like a splash here of the patchwork and a splash on the sides. I like to do something like that. That's a little bit different. I think I did something similar with my grey hoodie, where I put the graphic on one sleeve and then the smaller graphic of the same character on the same side. And I think it looked really amazing. So let's go and take these fabrics and see of the ribbons that I have there, what will look best for this sweatshirt. So we are now walking towards the shop. You're coming with me. It's a very kind of a weird day today. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a weird day today. It looks like it wants to rain, but it's not raining. It's not cold, it's not warm. It's a very strange day. It's almost like a transition day already. It feels so scary to think that we might be in transition already. Okay, so in one of these, no, not this one. In one of these drawers, I still have some of these ribbing. Oh, look, I have a blue one. Haha, I have a blue one. And I have a green one. And I think the blue one will win, don't you think? Yeah. Let me see what else I have, and we figured out which one we want. I also have this one, which is, I'm gonna take to have a look, but I don't think I will choose this one. I always have this one. Anything blue, let's take it. Let's have a look. This piece of furniture will eventually go to my sewing room, because last night I ordered a couple of rails to put in here and the whole wall. Let me show you. Okay, let me put this down. So last night I ordered 2 rails, and I'm gonna put them along this wall here. And it's gonna be all vintage, because people are interested in both things, but I think the vintage is something that people are really into it, and I think it's brilliant, because this is what I am all about. It's about reusing. So when people want to come and buy secondhand items, I think it's fantastic. So I have a massive collection, and I have some relationships with different places where I can go and get some really cool. I can just look through and get whatever I want, and I can pick and choose the pieces that I want to bring into the boutique. So hopefully this whole wall here will be from the window all the way to the back door. Hopefully all of that will be the vintage. Then I'm gonna get my partner to make myself like a really long, narrow, longish table in the middle. So there will be a rail there, 2 rails here, and a big one table in the middle to put all my accessories, my bags and things like that. And hopefully we're going to rearrange this area here as well to put a little bit more higher. Somebody passing by, walking his dog. Yeah, so hopefully we're going to rearrange this area here to put a little bit different levels. But yeah, that's where I am at the moment. So yeah, let's see what this looks like. So this is the sweatshirt. These are the fabrics. So it's kind of blue and white and blue. Then we have this one, which I think it would probably be my favorite, to do the wrist again. At the bottom, I'm going to leave it as it is. Then we have this one, which is actually okay. I quite like that. And then we have this darker black and blue. You know what? Let's do the patchwork, because this black and blue might actually, this darker black and blue might actually make sense. It's a little bit less sporty. This one's a little bit more sporty. It's a little bit more dressy, I think. Anyway, let's for now, let's go and create some cool patchwork with these fabrics and then decide what part of the sleeve we're gonna be fixing. And yeah, patchworking. Let's cut a few pieces of these lovely panels. I'm gonna be making some kind of patchwork. I don't normally have a pattern in mind. I just cut like stripes, and from the stripes I cut squares, and we go from there. So I'm gonna cut different widths. And then we can even cut some squares, I think, like this one maybe. And then here we do the same thing with these fabrics. I just want to do what I call my crazy patchwork, because this patchwork doesn't follow any sort of pattern. So I call it crazy patchwork because it's a bit crazy. I literally start with some kind of stripes like this, and I cut as I go along. I normally just cut a few to get started, and then something will catch my attention, and I will start from there. Like, for instance, I quite like some of the of this one. Obviously this is an easy one because you have the flower, so you could start using the flower as the motif to start stitching. But with this one, I really like the pieces where the leaves are the densest. So I might see if I can get, like here for instance, I'm gonna cut only these 3 pieces to get started. And then I like this darker color. Normally I like at least 4 colors of the same, like 4 different designs or 4 different colors to start patchworking. But I only have 3 of these ones. I thought I had more. You know what? I have a bag full of patchwork fabrics that I brought from the studio. I'm gonna see. Okay, let's cut one more of this. Okay, right, so I have all these pieces and all these pieces. And let me have a look at this. I don't know if you can see it, that bag there. Oops, I just kicked you, hold on. As I mentioned to you, I might bring the drawers here to be able to have some of the textiles to hand. Okay, so I don't want to unravel all of this because there's quite a lot in here. I just want to see what sort of fabrics. This one, I don't know if you can hear, there's some kind of music on the street. Oh, this weekend is every 5 years there's the sailing ships comes to Amsterdam, and 5 years ago it was cancelled because it was 2020 and it got cancelled. So it's been 10 years since the boats, the ships have come here, and it is quite the party atmosphere right now. Okay, so yeah. My partner was sending me pictures of where in the centrum all the ships, because he was working from there today. Okay, so I have this one, which I don't know if I like it with it. Let me see. I'm just trying to find the 4th one to do like a little. Yeah, it sounds like a how you call it, like a procession. Then I have this bit here, it's black, but it's like that kind of cotton. It's a bit dark, I think. Let's see. I have gingham. I don't think I fancy using gingham today. See, I would like to have like a drawer where I can put all these guys in order, so I actually be able to see. This is what I like, but this is some of the fabrics that I'm using for the lining, because it has all the food, the food names. Grilled cheese, barbecue, mac and cheese, hot dog. This will do some really cool tote bags. So I'm not using it for that sort of thing. And my open sign. Okay. I do have, the thing is, I really like these pieces, but I've done the blue sweatshirt, hoodie. I did it with some of this. So I'm not going to repeat the same pieces of fabric. I have quite a few different other designs, so other different designs. My brain is still in holiday mood and I'm not being able to even articulate what I'm going to say. Okay, this one I like, but it's still a little bit creamy instead of white. That might actually work. I'm going to put that in there. Something fell off. I think my microphone is too high up and it's just touched my face. I hope it's not too annoying, the noises. Right. I have some denim. I don't think I want to put denim on that. And I have this beautiful purple, but not for this project. I get sidelined when I start looking at fabrics. A whole bunch of yellow. See what I mean? When I say to you, this will go to my fabric stash. I don't throw away. I throw away the tiniest little bit. And even that I feel kind of bad because, you know, I'm upcycling, so I'm chopping things off. So some pieces will get wasted and try my best to always reuse. I've not been buying fabrics in the holidays. We didn't really go into town. We went to town once. And I'm used to buy everything thrifted and everything secondhand, that the prices of the the first like normal shops fabrics, I was shocked with the prices of the fabrics. Like I was looking at it and thinking, I can get that for like €1 or €2 a meter in many places. In Amsterdam and around Amsterdam, Haarlem. Yeah, I was thinking I can get these fabrics secondhand for like a tenth, less than a tenth of what they're asking me. So I didn't get anything, which I'm really proud of because I have so much. I have so much. I want to use. The whole point is using up. Okay, so I don't seem to be able to find the same kind of blue. I don't want to throw this on the table because then I'll get sidelined and I'll just get into this. Let's see. Every time I look at a little piece, I just like, and then I get distracted, and I'm already quite distracted today. It's not distracted. You know that feeling when you come from holidays and your brain is like, I really, really want to get into the game. But for whatever reason, it's not really happening. Okay, I said no to that, and I said no to that bit. Okay, so these are the little pieces. Okay, so these are the little pieces I might put as accents. I have that, I have that, and I have a little bit of that, although I don't think these ones are being washed. Yeah, I don't think this one's being washed. I know those 3 blue ones I did wash when I bought them. This one might actually. I'll tell you what, let me just start doing some patchwork and then I decide if I want to put an extra of something else. In principle, I'm going to start with the ones that I can't. So I broke the white fabric straight away. I started doing some little bit of patchwork and then straight away I wanted to use the white. So I'm going to see if I have a little bit more of that. Otherwise, I'm just going to make the tiniest little sliver in there. My microphone tells me that it has not much battery left and I didn't bring the charger. So if it dies, I'm going to have to do the rest of the video, or at least the make with the music. I'm sorry. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the sleeve that I wanted to use. And I think I'm going to do it on the right sleeve. So I'm going to cut it open. I'm going to cut through the seam and lay it flat. And I might cut the whole inseam. So from the sleeve from the wrist all the way to the waist. I'm gonna open flat and see how much I want to stitch on top. I'm just cutting the seam really close by because I will have to stitch it again and I don't want to lose too much fabric. I could unpick the thingy, but that just takes so much time, and it's for the sake of 5 millimeters, it's not really worth it. I realized that the ribbon actually hasn't got a cutting here, so I'm gonna leave it uncut for the time being because I have the sleeve open, which is what I wanted to do. I think this is the time that we need to choose which one we're gonna use. And as we say, this one is a little bit more sporty. For this type of fabric, it's a bit sporty. Same thing with the green one. I do like the green one. It gives a pop of color. I'm not gonna lie, I quite like the green one. The most somber is the black and blue one. And in terms of what goes best, I think it's this one really. But to be perfectly honest, I really like the green because the green also has blue. And I think it will make it a little bit more fun and a little bit more stand up if I do it with the green. I'm pretty sure that many of you will be shouting on the screen saying, no, don't do that. But at the moment, I'm just checking the microphone, it's still in red, which means it's still recording, hopefully. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the green. I'm gonna do at least this sleeve and then I'll see the other sleeve. I might change my mind. Are you with me? So, yeah. I'm still kind of organizing this space and I don't have the best place to put things. But I think this will be the ribbon. Let's cut it and let's stitch some of the patchwork fabric first. Okay, so I have been working for a little bit now. I have this piece of patchwork fabric created. I'm having fun with a little bit of angles and not straight, just straight, but actually putting pieces on angles. So sometimes I put the piece like that and then the new piece, I just put it on an angle, I'll stitch it like that. And so it gives me, like, for instance, like that. And it gives me like a little angle. But I just created this one big piece. This is the sleeve opened. And this is the piece I've created so far. And this one is gonna be going here. I'm just following whatever I fancy, to be honest. I think I'm gonna go to at least the scissor, to at least here where the sleeve meets up with the body. And then maybe create a little bit higher on the side. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. And I have put the pieces together a few times and I think I might use this. Anyway, I just wanted to show you the progress of creating the pieces of fabric. I'm half tempted to just cut in half here and turn it around and do something. That's because I don't know why I don't like this piece straight here. I do like the other piecing. I could actually put it on an angle. And so when the sleeves closes, it is on an angle. I could do that as well. But I really fighting the urge of cutting it in half and add other pieces because that's how I do my patchwork. I guess you'll find out soon. Okay, so I resisted. I did not cut the bottom bit, but I added one going vertically like this. I only have that little piece and I'm trying to cover as much of the sleeve as possible. So if I lay my sleeve down again, let's see if I can move this a little bit. I'm sitting in the corner here because I can see the shop. And then when people come in, I can just go. And it makes more sense to sit on the side because I have more space. But this is the place, maybe I put it that way, I don't know. This is the space I have. I kind of wish my shop was a little bit bigger, but then again, I guess everybody would wish that. Okay, so I've created a big enough piece to cover most. I'll show you. So that's the sleeve there, and the sleeve goes into the shoulder here. I'm gonna be pinning it and then stitching on top of the existing sleeve, and do like a quilting kind of thing. So obviously it's not going to be all that stretchy, but to the right person it doesn't need to be. So what I'm going to do is I think I might actually bring it all the way. I don't know if I want to bring it all the way or put it kind of in an angle like that and have a little bit of the gray so you can actually see. Yeah, I might do that actually. I might actually bring it a bit up so you can actually see a little bit of the gray and then the ribbon, which I keep on changing my mind. I'm not gonna lie. I keep on changing my mind about which one to use. Right, let me concentrate because talking to you, for whatever reason, I think out of practice, I was never all that good about this. But now I seem to be even worse. Basically, I'm gonna try to see if I can quilt as much as possible, and then around here, I might fold it. Around here, I might fold it and follow the lines like this. Like that. And leave a little bit of the gray there. I might do that actually. I might just cut there, see how it is. Something like this. I don't know if I make any sense. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do that because I'm not gonna take it all the way to the top. I might just do that and give myself some kind of shape here. So something like that. Yeah, I think, can you see what the shape looks like? I'd only open to flat the sleeve. So that's the neckline there. That's the neckline. So I think I'm very careful, gonna be cutting around the fabric and just maybe a bit more here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut and maybe put an angle there because it's fun. Something like that. Yeah, I quite like it. This bit here looks a little bit like a stripe of like Adidas or anything sport-wise. It's mimicking that kind of feeling, I think. I really like the pieces of fabric I've chosen. Let me top stitch, cut the excess fabric and top stitch it properly so I can actually quilt it. This is what I arrived to. I have pinned the whole piece into the sleeve. I'm going to try to make sure that I go all the end to the edge here. I might just chop that a little bit so I can see it better. And I fold it in here. I will be adding the ribbon here, but I left a little bit of the gray and so on the sides and here. So yeah, it's all pinned and ready for me to stitch it down and quilt it. I'm trying to keep it as flat as possible. So hopefully that will work. I think I might actually do it. I think I have dark blue underneath, but I'm gonna top stitch in white because I like the mimicking the borrow aesthetic. Even though it's gonna be machine quilted, the machine top stitched, I think white will give it that kind of border look. So let's do that. Try not to stretch the bottom, the sweatshirt itself. I'm trying to just relax it and work with it. Okay. think I'm gonna do the contour of the on the top first, so it doesn't come undone, it doesn't come unfold. Like here, it already wants to come undone. Basically just trying to top stitch all the seams that I have. Making sure that I'm picking the bottom of the shirt, of the sweatshirt. Okay, so I think I've taken all the pins out now, but I think I'm gonna go and do a little bit more top stitching, especially around the wrist, because I think you will see it quite a bit. So I'm gonna do a little bit more top stitching around here. The sweatshirt, I'm gonna do a couple here. Actually, I'm gonna come from the neck, like I did on the bottom. So the microphone finally died. It's almost the end of the day, but I just wanted to show you what I've done. I brought the stitching, the kind of quilting stitching from the neckline, from the top. I didn't want to do too much because if you stretch it, I don't want the stitches to break. And I don't think at the moment, because of the way they are, I don't think that would be a problem. But anyway, I brought them from there, and I got some stitching going down the sleeve. This is what it looks like. So I opened the shirt, the sweatshirt, to do front and back, but I kind of changed my mind, and I think all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some pieces only on the front. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a patchwork, and it's like coming just to the front, but only a little bit. I'm not gonna do the back as well. I don't know, that's how I feel right now. So I'm gonna do that, and then this is the inside. Some of it is in black, some of it is in white. I think I clipped it here the tiniest bit, but that won't be a problem, because what you're gonna see is basically the shirt, the sleeve made with patchwork. Yeah, I think I'm only gonna bring it, and I'm only gonna bring it towards the waist, if you know what I mean, from the seam onwards. So going to the front of the shirt. But I'm not going to be putting a lot either. I'm just going to be picking up the pieces that I found, the pieces that I've been cutting, and some of the pieces that I have from the original cut-offs. And I might do a little bit of, this is all I've got from the white left. I think I'm going to just do like a little panel and attach it to the front. That's what I fancy doing. I might be wrong, but my upcycles are very much how I fancy doing them at the time. I don't know how much of that I recorded because I was recording a TikTok. I did a patch and I did a patch, and I'm now stitching it to the side of the jumper, the sweater. only a smaller piece. And I didn't mean to do an arrow, but it looks like an arrow. I don't actually mind. I actually came out of the jumper quite a bit. I might do a couple of stitches here and there going into the sweatshirt as well. If I thought about this better, I would have done some like fluorescent stitching. I think it would look really cool. But I think as it stands, it's also cool. I also cut the thingy to be able to help it because it was just becoming unmanageable, not manageable. I'm having too much fun with this. Well, first I have to decide, finally has come to the time to decide on the shape of which one I'm gonna use. And I keep on changing my mind. I think the blue ones are for sure a little bit more, it makes more sense to put either one of the blue ones. The darker one is a little bit more calmed down, and since the whole thing is a little bit, I don't know, I really like the green. I really like the green. The green having blue as well, kind of marries as well, you know? I really like the green. And the thing is, I hate maybe end up, I'm going with the green. Because I'm thinking I will hate it if I do it and then I regret not having done the green. So I'm measuring the size with the original and cut it similar size. Now it's too late, I cut it, it's gonna be the green. I wonder how many people are screaming at the screen, no, do the blue or do the blue and black. Right, so I need to stretch it a little bit to go to the to fix the size. So I'm gonna stitch it, it's not a little bit actually, I need to stretch it quite a bit. I need to stretch it to be able to make it. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna stitch and search this, and then we can do search the jumper, the sweatshirt back together. Since I've been stabbing myself quite a bit, I'm gonna be using clips this time around because I don't fancy any more stabbings. Pins are horrible. I can see why somebody invented this sewing clips. Makes so much sense. Okay. I'm gonna do that more or less and then go to the overlock and a stretch. Okay, can put the half point marked and over stretch the band enough to go. So it's the end of the day practically. Just finished this. I haven't ironed it yet. I haven't even looked at it yet. I want to look at it with you. What do you think? It looks cool, doesn't it? It looks cool. Look at the side panel and the sleeve. Obviously, it has a different weight than the rest, but it's really cool. I wonder if it fits me. I'm not even sure if it fits me. I haven't tried it yet, but we're gonna try. I know the sound isn't that great without the microphone, but I actually really love it. I kind of wish I came a little bit higher up here. Now, how does it feel? This feels like, obviously it doesn't stretch like this one does, but I really like it. When you put your arm down, this patch makes sense. I mean, you could do any design, but I really like it. And I'm happy I went with the green. I think it makes it a little bit brighter, and it definitely makes it different.